Daniel Drehoff has been around the museum for quite some time, not just as a helper at our summer camp, but also the aviation merit badges that we run here. Daniel wanted a project for his Eagle Scout status and came up with the idea of the picnic benches and picnic tables. So he raised the money, he made the benches, did a great job. So just have a listen. Hey Daniel, I'd like to introduce Daniel Drehoff. Daniel is one of our stars at the museum from scouting. Daniel helps us a lot at the museum, both with our summer camp and also with the program we have, which is the Aviation Merit Badge. So Daniel does a lot around the museum and we really appreciate his help. What he has done recently, which is I think very special, is that Daniel decided to do an Eagle Scout project and raise money for the museum to do a project that he has to make himself. Is that right, Daniel?
Yes, it is.
You can tell us more about it in a minute, but what I'm just going to say is that Daniel raised the money and we decided we really would like to have a set of picnic benches and a picnic table. So Daniel put his thoughts together, went out shaking the can and raising the money, and he built this wonderful set of wooden picnic benches for the museum. So, you know, I mean, Daniel, it's a great project.
Thank you.
I gather you also raised a bit of money on top of that, which we can talk about in a minute. Would you like to tell us a little bit how you raised the money and also perhaps how you made these wonderful benches?
Sure. Well, I started out I came up with the idea after meeting with you and decided how much money I needed. I needed around $400. So I came up with a letter of recommendation to send out to close family and friends. And graciously, they sent me large amounts of money to go towards my project. And I actually raised more than I needed too.
Excellent.
And then I couldn't have done my project without Troop 63, the Boy Scouts. We had a group of about 20 of them at my house one weekend, and we just put them all together in about one day.
Excellent job. So, how do you make them? I gather these actually fold up in some way, and you can either have like benches or the bench top. Is that right?
Yes. Well, I started out with the idea of I knew I wanted to build benches, but I figured for big events here I could do a picnic table idea. So I was looking around on the internet and found the idea. And there's pens on the side, right here. Okay. And if you pull the pen out, the top swivels back into a bench.
So that makes the back of the bench then?
Yes.
Okay. That's amazing. I mean, you did a really great job. We're probably going to put these on the outside of our World War I hangar because, you know, on a beautiful day like today, people like to sit outside and watch the planes. So I think they're going to be well used. So, so tell us how you raised this money. I mean, I gather you got a bit more money than you needed. Is that right?
Right. I mainly had family. They just sent in gracious amounts of checks, and companies too. My father's company donated. Okay. And basically, I just kept raising money until I had to.
This always happens at an aviation museum when you're filming.
Right.
Got to have a plane flying through. I mean, that's the best part of working at an aviation museum. So go on, tell us where you got this money from.
Well, I had after about a month of waiting for the donations and adding everything up, I realized I had a lot more than I needed and went to my scout leader, and he gave me the idea of just donating it back to the Aviation Museum.
That's wonderful. So. Okay. Well, we've got this project at the moment of actually keeping our planes flying. Obviously, it's very expensive to do this, and it was great that, you know, Daniel was able to donate the amount of money. And you want to lift that side up? Sure. And we have a check here for $530, which is going to be used for the Keep Them Flying Fund. And I think it's a wonderful project, and I think it'll be well used, and I think you've done a great job, and I really do appreciate you helping us out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.